Hey people, this is Rahul again, and today we are going to deal with geological time scale. But before that, I want to tell you that you should start making notes along with my lecture so that you can write the points which are missed by the PPTs or are not written in this PPT, because many things will not be written which I will speak, which will be very important for your exams. And I would also suggest you to start doing multiple choice questions, which will also set your time limit, and it will also tell you how much you can remember or what kind of guesses you can make. So moving forward to the topic of today's discussion is geological time scale. Now, geological time scale means Earth's time scale, means the age of our Mother Earth. Okay, so before Earth was formed, many other things happened. First of all, what happened is Big Bang. Big Bang is like it was before, in the initial, when the Big Bang happened 13.7 billion years ago. It was a condition of singularity. We call it singularity. There was a huge mass concentrated, having very high energy, high temperature, and it bursted and spreaded. It burst and spread. Like how it happened? First of all, the basic unit of matter, most basic thing is quark. Quarks assembled into protons and neutrons. Okay, protons plus neutrons, this happened in a millionth of a second. Then proton plus neutron in nucleus, and it acquired then electron in orbit. Okay, initial one was hydrogen, then it formed helium after it acquired the electron. Then these hydrogen and helium atoms, this is the atomic state, these atoms combined, and due to gravity it formed matter, and due to continuous combining it formed stars, big stars. Okay, these stars were having very high energy and light. What do you mean by star? Any planetary body which has its own light, very high energy. So what happened was, these stars, after some time, when the source material or radioactive material, as we assume, is present, fusion happens. We say in sun fusion happens. When this ended, star dies. We say star dies, and the last stage of before death of star is supernova. In this, a huge explosion occurs, which spreads the material, whatever is present in the star spreads. This is the way to form the universe as we see it today, and it is happening continuously, and we say universe is expanding. So after Big Bang, there happened first supernova, and then again origin of many other stars after the first supernova happened. This happened, Big Bang happened 13.7 billion years ago. First supernova happened 12 billion years ago, and origin of various other stars happened 5 billion years ago. Okay, here we see like the origin of sun. Now moving forward, so how do you find the age of the universe? Age of the universe is found by two methods. First of all, by looking for the older stars. The older stars will be having the age approximately near the age of the origin of universe. Then we find out by measuring the rate of expansion. We know after the singularity condition, the matter is expanding. Matter was formed first, and then it has expanded as we see today, and then After measuring the rate of expansion, that how fast it is expanding, we extrapolate back. Okay, that is, we find out past from today. Okay, we know if today it is at so much distance, then few years or many thousands or lakhs of years before it would be at lesser distance. Now coming to the earth, how did we find the age of earth? This we found out by counting the number of isotopes in a sample of rock that has undergone radioactive decay. We did dating, you can say we did it dating, and we found out that earth's age was 4.5 billion years ago, or 4.6. Some people say 4.6, some people say 4.5. In the initial stages, earth was a molten inferno, like very hot ball, and it was having noxious gases, very high temperature, and atmosphere was reducing. It had very high concentration of hydrogen. Okay, after that what happened is there was no water at all initially. Then somebody gave theory that ingredients of water, it was locked up deep inside the earth, and when the planet formed and it started cooling, and also when the first volcanoes erupted, the gases that came out were also included steam. And when the planet cooled further, this steam formed into clouds, and it rained for thousands of years, and first rivers were formed, and it went down the slope from higher slope to lower slope, and it filled up the low lying areas of the earth. And this way they say that possibly the first oceans were created, but it was found that this can't explain the huge amount of water that is present. It can only explain about the half of water. So the half of water, where does the other half comes from? The other half comes, somebody said that other half came from comets. Like comets, we already know that it is made up of rocks and ice, and many comets, we say thousands of comets had hit the earth, which led to accumulation of lot of water. But it was found out that it can't happen. Why it can't happen is, it was comets sample was taken, and in this deuterium is heavy hydrogen, that is isotope of hydrogen. Heavy hydrogen concentration was found in the sample. It was found for 10 lakh molecules of water. We had 300 molecules of deuterium. Okay, sorry, not water, in water. For 10 lakh molecules we had 300 deuterium and rest protium. But in 10 lakh molecules of water of earth's surface or earth, we had 150 deuterium or heavy hydrogen. Okay, so this means this characteristics or chemical signatures doesn't match, so comets can't be the reason of this. It was later found that it was carbonaceous chondrite, that is a kind of meteorite which has been falling on earth for so long and has resulted in water available on the oceans, and this contains water plus carbon, as you know by the name carbonaceous. Okay, so this is the main reason behind the water available on our earth's surface in the form of oceans, rivers, etc. So it is literally out of the blue, it came from outside. Okay, now moving forward, now we come to our main discussion, that is geological time scale. Before that, I would like to introduce with some terminologies. Now geological time scale is from 4.5 billion to current time today. Okay, so 4.5 billion years approximately we will traverse, and before that we start with the terminologies. First one is the period. Second one is, I'll first write and then we'll move forward. Second one is era, third one is eon, and then is epoch. Then first of all, I will tell you about top to down. See the table here. Eon, it is the biggest unit. Period, it is the basic unit. One eon comprises many eras. One era comprises many periods, means two or more. One period comprises many epochs, and one epoch comprises many different ages. This is the biggest time scale, like biggest width of time. Half a billion of years. Half a billion means 500 million years or more. Here we have several hundred millions, means 100, 200, 300, 200, 300, 400 million years, these kind of time periods. Then here we have 10 to hundreds, 10 to 100 million years, okay, 10 to 100 million years. And here we have tens of millions, 10, 20, etc. Here we have 1 to 10 million years ago. So as we move down from eon to era to period to epoch, we have subsequently divided eon into era, era into periods, periods into epochs, and epochs into age. Now I will show you forward how what I mean by that. See here, eons, it is the biggest, half a billion, I have already told you. Now I have explained you this origin of stars and supernova initially. Now there are four eons: Hadean, Archean, Proterozoic, and one more is, which is not written here, Phanerozoic. Phanerozoic. In this Hadean, Archean, Proterozoic, we call it a Precambrian era. Okay. In Precambrian era is approximately 88% of the total geological time scale. Very important. See here, 4.8 billion years to 570 million years. So it is 88% of the time we are talking about, and rest of the time is only 12%. Okay, so this should be kept in mind. Biggest era is Precambrian era. Now in Phanerozoic we have other eras: Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic. Then era is divided into periods. Suppose Paleozoic is divided into Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carbonaceous, and Permian. And then Mesozoic is divided to Jurassic, Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. And then Cenozoic is divided into Tertiary, Quaternoic. Now here we see Zoic. Zoic means animal. Paleo means old. Meso means in between. And Ceno means new. Okay. Because we have seen the evolution happening in this time periods, so we have given the name by that only, Zoic. Zoic means animal. Now some periods like Tertiary, Quaternary have been divided into epochs, but it is not much of our importance. We will deal with only eras and respective changes what has happened, which is important for geography. Now I will come to the simple diagram of it, because it is so complex that a person gets confused. That I have drawn a crude diagram and taken a pic. So now we come to the easy diagram. It is first of all Precambrian. I have already told you, in Precambrian it starts from 4.5 billion years ago. 4.5 billion years in this Earth was formed at 4.5 billion years ago, and then we had the age of algae and bacteria. Algae is blue green algae, and some unicellular bacteria were there, and we had the atmosphere in which we have high amount of hydrogen, that we call it reducing atmosphere, and many land masses were formed in this era. And if we see the Indian context, because we have to talk about Indian geography later also, peninsular shield was formed in this time. Peninsular shield was formed, very important. Now, at 570 million years ago, we had a Cambrian explosion. Boom! This is not a kind of boom explosion. This is explosion of life. This explosion gave rise to a variety of organisms, and you should know that the first life originated in the ocean, and then it came to the land. Now, in the Paleozoic, we call it age of reptiles, insects, amphibians, and fish because these were the creatures which were formed in this era and expanded. And simultaneously, we see that Pangea is forming. Very important. Pangea is forming. Pangea is kind of a supercontinent where all the land masses of the continent was at single place combined. Okay, so it was called a Pangea. And it has not yet formed. It is forming. Thing to note in mind, it is forming. Then at the later stages of Paleozoics, we had land plants, as well as ice age time was there. And in this time, it was found that because of ice formation, Permian extinction happened. That is, mass extinction happened where lot of organisms died. Approximately 96% of organisms died. And this is the same time when Pangea formed. Pangea is supposed to form at 200 million years ago, approximately 200 million years ago. Okay. Now, after this extinction, 4% of organisms were left. These gave rise to other organisms through evolution. The Mesozoic era is called Age of Reptiles. Here we have Triassic, Jurassic, Triassic, and Cretaceous periods, and I will tell you later. Wait. In this time we had tropical climate, and now we see again Pangea is breaking. This breaking and making of Pangea will continue as we move forward in time. Okay. Again, dinosaurs got extinct here. Here it is Cretaceous time, Cretaceous period. Dinosaurs got extinct, and the reason given is the meteorite fell on Mexico, which led to extinction of dinosaurs. And then we move to the Cenozoic era where there is dominance of mammals and birds. And finally, here we realize that humans, just 2 to 5 lakh years after the age of mammal and birds, we came into the scene. And at this time mainly we had the grasslands type of climates where grasslands can grow, grasslands can expand, and this making and breaking happened. And finally in Cenozoic era we have the continents as we have today. These divisions like Asia, Africa, Europe, Americas, etc. So this should be noted in mind. And if we see in the Indian context, we have Himalayas forming at 60 to 65 million years ago, and then northern plains forming 2 million years ago. This can be very important questions, oldest to newest. First of all, peninsular shield, then Himalayas, and then northern plains. Now, I think this completely explains the geological time scale. Now, moving forward to the mass extinction. There have happened 5 mass extinctions. I will tell you through the diagram I have just shown you before. First extinction was Ordovician Silurian. Second will be late Devonian. Okay. Third will be Permian. Third. Okay. Fourth will be Triassic Jurassic. And finally, fifth will be Cretaceous Tertiary. This here. This extinction was Cretaceous Tertiary. This is the 5th extinction, and this is in our recent memory, and we commonly remember this extinction only, but there are 5 extinctions. I will just tell you. Here I have told you these 5 extinctions and how to remember these extinctions. These mass extinctions are called mass extinctions because more than 50% of the wildlife or living life exterminated due to some volcanic eruptions, or you can say floods, or you can say suppose a huge meteorite collided with Earth. These can be many reasons given for the explanation of these mass extinctions or earthquakes, etc. Now these 5 extinctions, how to remember that? Have made uh, kind of a hint to remember these 5 mass extinction events. The hint is ओसामा लादेन ने पीपल को ट्रेन में जोर का मारा एंड गॉड की क्रिएशन को तरसाया. The people who can understand English, Hindi can understand me, but other people have to find out their own way of remembering these 5 extinction events. Now, it means Osama Laden hit people in the train very hard, and he made creation of God. He hurts for creation of God. Now this Osama Laden means OS, Ordovician Silurian. Osama is Ordovician Silurian, then Laden late Devonian. This Lad of Laden is late Devonian. People is Permian, then train में जोर के मारा Triassic Jurassic. ओके. गॉड की क्रिएशन को तरसाया Cretaceous. ओके. एंड तरसाया इज टर्शरी. ओसामा बिन लादेन ने पीपल को ट्रेन में जोर से मारा और गॉड की क्रिएशन को तरसाया. विद दिस काइंड ऑफ small sentence you can easily remember the various mass extinction events. Now the most popular, I already told you, is KT, Cretaceous Tertiary. We call it KT extinction. But more organisms got killed in Permian extinction. Permian, approximately 96% of the organisms got killed. Okay. So thank you everyone. This is I hope you like this lecture. And please like, comment and subscribe to www.decipherise.com. Please like our Facebook page.